Alright, everybody, hop
Last
in there.
Jedi, Luke Skywalker's in the movie.
Hop in it. Especially you, MJ.
What?
You better hop on my stream.
Wait, you're streaming right now?
Yeah, son. BUDOKAI
Better
3.
fuck up in my stream.
For real?
Oh, you're playing on the PCSX2?
Choose an opponent and fight it out. You'll get stronger.
How did you get this thing running properly? This emulator is so bitchy.
It takes a while to configure.
I know.
Move me up. Oh shit.
I just started trying to use it the other day for what's the game called? It was the ESPN NFL 2K5.
Yeah.
Long
because I'd never played that and I wanted to try it out because I'd heard a lot of good things about it, and especially with Madden being such crap these days. And I actually like American football and the sports simulation games of it. I wanted to try it out. And like my computer should be able to run this thing without a hitch, and it'll dip down below 30 frames per second sometimes. I'm like, this should not be.
So just to be clear, you're really streaming?
Yes, sir.
No, he's totally not.
I'm lying to you.
I didn't just see a Yamamoto Goku on the screen that.
I better watch what I say, bro. I can't say some suspect shit.
Like,
what could you possibly say?
I totally didn't see a Yamamoto Goku that wasn't terrible, but was a downgrade from his Z work.
I mean, when did like Budokai 3 come out?
That came out after GT had finished.
I see.
Yeah, like the first, well, Budokai, like Budokai 1 wasn't even known as that in Japan. It was just Dragon Ball Z.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Super Dragon Ball. Ooh.
What are you configuring?
I don't know. I just like I thought of that, and then Super Dragon Ball Z, but then I realized that those franchises. I don't know. My mind just blanked real quick.
No,
Continue your thought.
Configuring something with the controller.
Oh yeah. I just have to configure this stick. No.
Oh my goodness! When I try to configure this, it'll always pick up a mouse input somehow, even if I'm not moving. Yes, like it did just there.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I'm having to press the button like 25 times.
Yeah, it does.
I'm having to because I use my Wii U Pro controller for it.
Yeah. Oh wait, thumb up.
I used to use my Pro controller for Steam games as well, but one of the Windows 10 updates made that like pretty much impossible. Because the way you connect it through Bluetooth doesn't work the same way.
I love how when I pick it out of the game and go back in and amp up the volume fucking million. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, PCSX2 really does not like alt-tabbing.
No.
It's no Dolphin emulator. It's no Cemu.
What's up, East City?
But yeah, like you know, Nintendo emulators are top notch. But then again, you know, it was really difficult to emulate PS2 for the longest time, so there's that.
Well, what? Did Oolong just make a kid cry? What? Oh, he made Gohan cry. What did
he made Goku? I was like, I thought it was
Goku's like, okay.
A random kid cry. Like, what?
Oolong, you terrible
Oolong
pig.
just made a random kid. What did he do his transformation into a bull again?
Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
So is this like a hub world?
Yeah. It's kind of how you navigate through the story mode.
I never played the story mode of 3. I did story of 1 and 2, and that had more like a world map.
Where is your Saiyan pride?
I love that they actually voice act those.
My name is Goku, and I'm
Yeah. Wasn't Budokai 1 like the first English voice acted video game?
I think so.
Yeah. That was the first. That was the first Dragon Ball video game in general.
No, there were other ones before, but they weren't really as prominent.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah, one that were like Super Nintendo ones.
Oh yeah, I mean like in that there was also a Final Bout, Ultimate Battle 22,
Oh yeah, that's
stuff like that. I mean, actually no, I shouldn't. Budokai 3 is not the first English voice actor. That's actually Final Bout. But I guess if you want to say the whole in-house Funimation cast, then yeah, it is the first technically. It's Final Bout. Yeah, it was English dub.
Final Bout did have Steve Blum, which is pretty weird.
Freaking Shaggy.
Steve Blum's an awesome VA, but he didn't really fit the role of Goku, to be honest.
Was he one of the three Ocean voice actors?
No, I think he voiced in the Blue Water. No, he didn't voice. I'm thinking of someone else. No, he was not a Ocean V. No, he didn't. I don't think he did. Plus, it was recorded in California, if I'm not mistaken. Hence why Bloom was there and all that. So, and Ocean was obviously recorded in Canada.
Is Goku using Kaioken right now? What is that?
That looks like Kaioken.
I haven't played this in ages.
What? What? Bullshit! My ass! My ass! Are you kidding?
You're talking about the game, right?
Yeah. Did you just see that?
I thought you were talking about that.
No. This is some ridiculous bullshit.
Oh, wow. That is. This is certainly something else. Oh.
Hi, Kyrie.
Hi, I was just gonna sit here quietly until someone noticed I was here.
Well, I'm not paying attention to the Discord, so I couldn't possibly notice you.
No, I just think it's funny. I know that much. I love that hair animation or lack thereof in this game.
I just love that, like, he was born with that hair.
Yeah.
That's the hair he was born with. Poor Gine.
Have you seen the pictures of baby Raditz where he's just a giant poop ball?
I've seen the Super Saiyan 3 Raditz. So, his hair is just...
No, you motherfucker, Raditz.
I love that there's a delay so that I know what's gonna happen before I get to see it happen.
Same.
Listen here, Raditz. You gotta give me my son back, bro. If I'm gonna have to send you to prison, you won't want to get there.
That makes me think, did you ever see the animation of...
What the fuck?
Future Trunks?
I give up.
Like the Dragon Ball Super Future Trunks goes back in time to the Dragon Ball Z Future Trunks. Because the Dragon Ball Z one was like using time travel to win the lottery over and over again. And he tells him that the FBI is onto you, and you're gonna get put in a jail cell, and then Cell is going to rape you in there. He's like, wait, I thought Gohan killed him. I thought so too.
You know what would be the funniest thing? Like, in all the universe of Dragon Ball, after they did all the animation, that would be the funniest fucking thing.
Well, that wasn't... They were put behind bars in the Hell Theater.
Yeah, I think so.
Inside the American prison.
But anyway,
You're going to American jail.
I give up.
so so it's purple hair and blue hair Trunks.
Yeah.
And the purple hair Trunks says, "Don't worry, I got it all figured out." And he tries to bribe the FBI guy. He's saying, "Do you really expect to be able to bribe me with nude photos of your mom as a teen?" He says, "I'll throw in the sex tape between her and Vegeta." Deal.
Well then.
And then he says, "Don't worry." He says to the other Trunks, "Don't worry, everything's gonna be all." And he cuts to he's in a cell.
Well then.
But I bribed the FBI guy. How did this happen? And it cuts over to Vegeta, and he's on a phone. And the FBI dude is in the background with his head cut off. And then Cell comes out from the shadows in the jail cell that Trunks is in. His music starts playing. And Cell like licks his lips. And then he just cuts to Trunks, he's on the ground. And then the other Trunks is there. He's like, I warned you, bro! I fucking warned you!
Bruh.
Fuck. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it. I can do this. I can do this. No, I can't.
Rax is just wrecking your shit. You know that?
I know. What the?
I know.
Why am I playing this on hard?
I give up.
Why not?
That's a good point.
Because you love the punishment.
Everything else is too easy, bro. You gotta
You
get
gotta
there.
challenge yourself. I gotta get good. I gotta get better at this.
This makes me think of when I was playing Budokai 1. It was at a friend's birthday party. And fighting Cell, where you had one health, or like the yellow health bar, which is just the second level health bar, and then Cell had one beyond the normal highest.
Wait, are you talking about Tenkaichi 3?
No, I'm talking about Budokai 1. So it was at a friend's birthday party. This was years ago. I was a preteen. I think it was in 3rd grade.
Oh,
So not,
so you're like, so. Oh, actually, no. Continue your thought.
I'm saying, so not. I wouldn't even be preteen. I don't know.
That type it every time. He always counters it.
So, a few years ago, you were in 3rd grade. Are you like 12 or something?
Yeah, Budokai 1 released 3 years ago. Don't you know that?
Oh.
I remember playing Budokai 1 on the GameCube just like a few years back. that was like, wow. I clearly said Budokai 1 2 or 3 times.
I thought you said Dokkan 1 at first. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Yeah, I thought I heard that too. I was like, wait,
Yeah,
is there
I
a
was
second one
playing
that I'm not aware of?
I was playing Dokkan, yeah.
Why are you sharing a mobile game? Sounds
No,
pretty lame.
I'm 25, so no. Like, when did
My bad.
Budokai come out?
Like, I know early. I think 2004. Or no.
Budokai. DBZ Budokai, released in 2002.
Okay, so I was sort of close.
So I would have been 10.
Yeah, not even.
So yeah, that's a preteen.
Oh, hell no! Oh!
November 2nd. Okay, yeah. So I was like
I lose.
10. Or was that when I was? I wonder, did I play? I think was it in 2002 or 2003 that I played it?
You guys
Shit,
want
I
to know the
can't-
most disheartening thing? If you lose in this game as Goku, he's like, I give up. I lose.
No!
It's like, no, Goku!
No,
Fuck him!
I am now gonna block Raditz.
no.
That reminds me of a story. I'm not going to spoil anything because my sister's actually going to write it and edit it and go super hardcore author mode on it.
That makes me
But
think of.
it makes me think of a story that we wrote where I knew we broke Goku when he said, "I don't fight anymore, Chi-Chi, you know that."
Oh. What? Did you make him into Luke Skywalker or something?
I was gonna say that, and then I thought, wait, well, spoilers.
Everyone's seen the movie.
I haven't yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Neither have I.
I was gonna say, well, this just makes me think of Danny and his ranting on The Last Jedi.
All I know is, I mean, I know all the spoilers of what happens to Luke and everything, and I'm just, because I don't care, and I had Christian go ahead, or I had Quantum go ahead and tell me everything.
We haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. Please don't say it.
Guys, I hate Reddit so much.
The fact that you're just having to say, I'm losing to Raditz.
It hurts. And now I'm growing
It's fu-
Cybermen.
At least it's hard mode, and it's not anything.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he did lose.
My combos aren't even bad either, which is what's really
He wasn't the one
like,
who...
what can I be doing differently?
I mean, to be fair, you know, Goku and Piccolo together couldn't beat him.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell Goku's taking him on alone.
Well,
Probably because this game can't fit more than 2 characters on the screen.
Yeah. Probably because they couldn't figure out how to do Tag Team AI.
Yeah. I found a Dragon Ball. Okay, I found a Dragon Ball.
I got a Dragon Ball!
That was easy.
Well, when the world is this small...
Oh, the World Martial Arts Tournament is open? Oh, hell yeah!
He just says, I found a Dragon Ball. Wait. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did you just, like, wrap around the world?
Yep.
Goku can do that, though. I mean...
I was just wondering if that's what happened. Like, does this world loop on itself?
Also, TN's fucking voice files in this game are hilarious. Every time he dodges or dashes, he goes, fucking weird.
Sounds like he's trying to say thought.
It's like melee characters when weight dashing. And Sheik. Two.
I wish you could switch this game to Japanese.
You can't?
No, unfortunately not. You can only do it on the remastered version.
Oh.
You could do it in,
The Infinite World is Budokai 3, but better.
yeah.
Polished,
Fighting
yeah.
is better. No more games! Shit, no. Tiana, I swear to God, if you win this after I've consistently lost this, I will kill you. I will shoot down your dojo with a series of combos.
Well, I mean, his he doesn't really think highly of Master Shen anymore, so like, it wouldn't affect him.
Oh my God, he won it! Aha!
I like how the beginning of that combo attack is always the elbow that Goku uses on Frieza.
I know.
And then that's the Vegeta kick on Cell.
Hold on,
So it's just taking moves from the manga panels that happen way in the future.
Come on, bitch! Come on! Come at me, Tien! No! No!
Wow, I want you to win this, I really do.
Why did he just block?
Dead.
Okay, you know what,
wow.
guys? I'm gonna finish this easy.
Your life is like completely invisible. You're at the point where it was just a finger flick from Chaozu would have killed you.
Yes! I just rang out at him. Wrecked.
I'm assuming he said tribing when he did that Kikoho.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He said, I think he just said blast something.
Blast!
Blast.
Ki Kong? It's like, Ki Blast Cannon!
He doesn't even say that.
I know, I was using the simulcast.
Yeah.
Does he at least say that volleyball fist or whatever that's called?
In this game, I think so. Defensive power up. Thank you. Okay, so I guess I just have to fight a bunch of people before I take on Raditz. Because I can't take him on as I am. Because he has better stats than me, too.
If you think this is hard, try taking on the Trial of the Sword in Master Mode in Breath of the Wild.
I wouldn't know. Oh shit.
That sounds impossible.
Baba.
Have you played Breath of the Wild? Like, who is it that...
Kyrie, you would love this.
What?
Before you face Raditz, I think you're supposed to say hi to everybody else on Earth. Gohan's meeting Baba, so you can hear them talk to him. They're talking
Aww.
to her.
Hello?
Hello?
Listen, Goku, I see dark clouds in your future and in your son as well.
Cryptic.
Hello?
But wait, how did you know that Gohan's my son?
That doesn't answer my question, you creepy ass bitch.
So Kiri, have you played Breath of the Wild?
No, remember? I wanted to get it, but I don't have
No, it's a Kiri or whatever her name is.
Kyrie?
Kyrie, yeah. It made me think of Kirie from Devil May Cry.
Guys, look where I have to check out before I save Gohan.
Hey,
Ooh, Kame House.
Oh, did you take a babysitting job or something?
The house that he put into a capsule to take with him on the go, and we never actually see him put it back on this island, but it's there in future arcs.
Yes.
Just inexplicably, it's back there. We never saw him actually do it.
Oh boy, Goku's your dad. Well, this day is just.
Because remember, he took it, he put it somewhere else when he was training Gohan and Krillin, and lunch was around at the time. And then after the Tenkaichi Budokai, it was just back in this island.
I guess he took it with him to the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you can infer, okay, he took it with him there and then took it back to that island, but we don't... No, because he didn't take it with him to the tournament, because he left lunch behind.
Oh.
She was there to take care of the house, and then later on it's just back on that island. I mean, we can infer that he took it there afterwards, but like it's not really explained. It's there.
Yajirobe just called me a fucking slob.
Yajirobe did?
Yajirobe calling someone a slob?
Yeah.
Goku, you're such a slob, or whatever. Man.
What kind of woman would marry a slob like you?
That's
I hate his English voice so much.
Yeah,
Man.
but would you rather prefer his Japanese voice that just sounds like a fucking rat?
He sounds great in Dragon Ball and Z. It's in Super that whatever Krillin's voice actress name is, I think she kind of forgot how to play Yajirobe.
Well, Yajirobe's a goof. I don't care about Yajirobe.
Mayumi Tanaka, I mean, her Krillin's been great as usual. I haven't really paid attention to her Yajirobe yet, but to be fair, actually, no, I shouldn't say this, because I was going to say, like, the Yajirobe we mostly saw was, like, did we see him, like, I know he was present in the Future Trunks arc as kind of, like, a minor role, but is there anything else that I'm missing from Super?
He's, like, here and there.
He was there. He was there, and there was an explanation as to why Sensu weren't around anymore.
Yeah.
And he dragged Trunks and Goku out of harm's way when like the people fly through some sort of gas that apparently affects deities.
Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, were they? Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, like apparently it affects them. They had to fly up, and then Yajirobe dragged Trunks and Goku away. Like, why couldn't it just been a flashbang?
I don't know.
That would have made sense, because that's the equivalent of a Taiyoken.
Honestly, even if Yajirobe somehow knew the solar flare, I wouldn't care. It makes more sense.
That would be interesting if he came up out of nowhere and did the Taiyoken. Yeah, that'd be neat. But I mean, it's just, I don't know, if they're gonna shoot something, why gas? Why not make it a flashbang?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a minor complaint. Like the cool thing is that Yajirobe actually did something.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, when I say he actually did something, he's done things before. Like he killed Tambourine.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, he did.
And then he ate him.
He's having to
And then
fight
he
the
ate him.
dinosaur.
Yeah, like he legit. I reread the earlier because recently I bought a 3-in-1 Dragon Ball manga volume. I reread it. I'm like, dude, Yajirobe. Like when you first see him, Goku even took note of it. He was like, man, this Goku guy's really strong. And then Goku's like, man, this guy's really tough. It's like, oh,
Right.
look how he turns out now and all that. But it's like the way he killed.
What happens when you're a coward?
Was it Tambourine he killed or?
Yeah, Tambourine.
Yeah.
He was like
No,
eating food, and Tambourine was interfering with him, so he just killed him.
No, wait. No. It's not because I have the manga right now. He killed the other one. What's his face? It was more so in a dragon. I think it was like Symbol or something like that.
Oh, it was Symbol.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he was more so in a dragon shape, and then Yajiro just like straight up, he cuts him in half and then decides
He straight up cuts him in half and then he eats him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yo, Goku, you're not getting any. He's like, I don't want any. It's old Dragon Ball. I think still has the best humor out of any of the series.
He did that. He cut off Vegeta's tail.
What a huge power level. Time to see if all my training with King Kai paid off.
Yeah.
He hangs out with Karin and gives Sensu.
Hello, Ultra Instinct Gogeta.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything else he did? He didn't help fight the Saiyans. The only thing like I was saying, the only thing he did there was cut off Vegeta's tail, but he didn't actually fight Nappa.
He got slaughtered by Vegeta in a pretty funny way. I think that's a pretty great contribution.
He just got
It's a contribution to my sides.
He was hiding. He was hiding against. Like he saw the beam struggle with Goku and Vegeta. He was just hiding out, and then he then cut off Vegeta's tail, and then he got clobbered by Vegeta.
That was hilarious. He's like,
and he tried to say, "Oh, hold on, man. I was actually thinking about joining your side, man."
Vegeta's like, "Fuck you."
He's just laid out.
The man,
if anything, Vegeta punched him more for being a coward. Like, that sounds more probable. You pussy.
Yeah, he swung his sword, Vegeta ducked under it, and the anime actually has him like swinging wildly, and Vegeta's just casually dodging.
I remember that, he's slowly walking towards him while dodging.
He was walking backwards, he's just kind of not even in his weakened state, he's just effortlessly dodging Yajirobe's wild slashing. In the manga, he swung and Vegeta ducked, and that was it.
It's little stuff like that where anime felt like little touches that the anime studios add on that can make a scene even funnier or even better. When like the manga, it's great, but sometimes it can't always have those little touches because it's just hard to do stuff like that with drawing and all that. But
well, I mean, Toriyama easily could have done it. It was just he drew him swinging, Vegeta dodged it. I mean, that was really that's ultimately the point.
Yeah.
Because the material is already there. They can add stuff if they want. Fuck!
It's just a matter of how much you add, because if it's too much, then it can kind of drag something out, but I don't know. It's all stuff like that.
Z never did that.
Dude, the Cybermen just suicide bombed me, and I won.
Nice.
Wow. He doesn't. Like, okay. That wasn't very smart of him. 2 of them did it. And they both died, like, instantly, and I just got the win. Why do I have to keep fighting? I mean, that's just something one of them did in the manga and anime. It was just a one-time thing, and it was because that one Cyberman was down.
Because Vegeta was gonna kill him anyways.
He was playing dead. He would have lost to Yamcha anyway. So
Kyrie is really good friends with like the world's only Yamcha fan, and I find that
no, I'm good friends with 2 of them. Thank you very much.
Wait, you're friends with Chris Sabat?
Also, I happen to be a Yamcha fan myself too.
I like Yamcha because he's funny. I like Yamcha because he's funny and pathetic. I
like him because he's a genuinely good guy who does his best.
There's other people who are.
I don't like or hate Yamcha. I don't like or hate Yamcha. Yamcha's just there for me, but I love making fun of him.
Yeah, he's like that one.
It's funny to make fun of Yamcha. It's hilarious.
Yamcha is the buster of the series to the degree that even Toriyama knows how useless he is now. Where he's been reduced to Tenshinhan saying, I left Chaozu he and Chaozu behind.
Did he really say that?
He said that in the movie.
I left the old Chaozu at home.
I was in the theater when it happened. Everybody
I didn't bring Yamcha and Chaozu along. This would be too much for them.
That's the funniest
Straight up compared Yamcha to Chaozu. And then he was just like, comic relief in the Tournament of Power arc.
I called Chaozu a glorified exploding backpack on Rakurai's stream, and he didn't stop laughing for like 5 minutes. It's kind of true. It's like that's all he's good for. And
one of the Team 4 stars. Oh, so this map does wrap around on itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. That's the kind of thing I want to see out of like massive open world games.
Yeah. I don't want to just encounter an invisible barrier.
Yeah.
I hate invisible barriers. It takes me out of the game so much.
Being able to wrap around the world like that makes it feel like an interconnected world all the way. Whereas, like, Breath of the Wild, it feels so great, and then you hit that wall.
It feels like you're not on a fucking flat Earth.
I don't want to hit a wall. I want to wrap around. That would be so cool. But anyway.
Because, I mean, like, the Earth it revolves. Like, it's a sphere. You can end up on the other side of it if you just keep fucking flying.
But, what was I saying?
It's technically off.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Team 4 saw one of their outtakes of Krillin's death against Frieza. They had 3 outtakes or 3 alternate takes. And when he says, "Hey guys, look, it's my Chaozu impression!" He exploded.
Oh my god.
Same.
Oh, do I have the Kaioken now? Please tell me I have the Kaioken.
One interesting thing, one of the differences, in the manga, Chaozu is just on Nappa's back and exploded. In the anime, it has Nappa like slamming him against a mountain, and then he tries to slam him against like the pointy parts of the rocks, which would probably kill him as well. Like he's just flying down backwards and he's gonna land on the spikes. It's really odd. Like, wouldn't you hurt yourself doing that?
That is a good point.
Just walking.
I don't think Nappa's the brightest in anything.
Yeah, he's pretty stupid.
Like, for Vegeta, of all people, has to tell him to calm down and not let Goku get to his head. Otherwise, I'll have no choice but destroy you. Goku's gonna use Hakai? Goku says, like, leave now or I'll have no choice but to destroy you. I said, Goku's gonna use Hakai?
That would be hilarious. Oh my god, that would be like game-breaking.
The joke was that he actually did do that in the Dragon Ball Super manga.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Well, it was an emulation of that technique. It wasn't
still though. I mean, it's crazy to see it, even with all that. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Kamehameha! Kamehameha! Kamehameha!
I hate hearing Kaioken. I hate it when they say it like that.
Oh my god, that triggers me so much.
Kaioken!
Did they say Saberman too?
No, they said Cyberman.
They still said Cyberman, but they couldn't get Cyan and Kaioken correct.
Yeah, they gotta.
I mean, so, the whole saying sign, I don't really.
I can understand.
It's whatever.
Because it rolls off the tongue in English. But Kaioken is his own thing.
Okay.
Right, I'm with you on that one, Cal, 100%.
Say King Kai.
I know!
The technique is named after him.
Also,
that's what I never understood.
Can I also add that, like, it's spelled Kai-Oken, not K, like, with a Y or whatever?
Yeah.
Phonetically, it makes no sense. Why would it be Kaioken?
Because they were horrible at translating back then.
I think they just didn't give a shit.
or they overthought it. Like somebody went, oh, it looks like Kaioken, but this is Japanese, so maybe it's not what it looks like it is.
Yeah.
Well, no,
actually, I don't know because that.
Here's the thing.
No.
Funimation's translator is actually excellent. The problem is that they make changes intentionally. That's the problem.
Right.
They have excellent translators. What's his name? Steven something? Steven Simmons?
Steve Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah. I know, because he's my uncle. What?
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 What? Is he?
Money?
No, it's just that my uncle's name happens to be Steve Simmons.
Oh.
Hilarious.
I mean, ask him if he was working on Dragon Ball.
He's done a lot of stuff, you know. He's traveled around the country.
I think he was translating for Z at the time because at that point, like, they weren't being provided with the scripts.
They were being provided with "Does Bruno Mars is gay?"
They were just like they were going off scripts of other dubs, and sometimes they just didn't have any material to work with, so they had to make things up.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have heard the voice files in this game, but they are hilarious. Nappa just kicked me away. He's like, "Watch me!" Oh, I love the meme battles in this game. Like, that just looks beautiful.
Oh, and that's ripped straight from the manga. It was the mouth beam versus Kamehameha.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Kamehameha is yellow in the full color manga.
That's annoying. I can't stand it when they get those wrong.
Well, no, that's actually not wrong. It's actually technically what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but even in the Dragon Ball manga, like the original Dragon Ball manga, wasn't it? Or not the manga, sorry, the original anime.
Yeah, in the anime, but because the manga was black and white, they just made up color for it.
Well, sure, but I think at that point, it should really just be blue.
I know, but they go with like with the full color, they go with what the original colors were intended to be. And I guess Toriyama was just like, oh, let's make it yellow because that's easy.
You know what bugs me about the full colors is that in the anime, at least in Z and most of Dragon Ball, except for early parts of it, Krillin doesn't have whites in his eyes, it's just skin color. But in the full color, they did the whites, and I'm like, no! I worked so hard on making that distinction whenever I draw Krillin!
Yeah, like I noticed they added that on full color. I'm like, oh, that's...
It was so wrong to me!
I mean, okay, with the younger, I get that they were going for consistency, because if you look in the anime, actually, no. Okay, so I think for, like, the 21st tournament, or was it before? I don't remember, because I know in certain scenes, Krillin's eyes are colored white,
yeah,
but I
it's
think...
just kind of random early in the anime.
I think for the 22nd tournament, though, they fix it to where he doesn't have whites. I know, because I viewed it recently, and I think it was the same for the 23rd. But then, like, I don't know, it just kind of makes him so unique. And then when you have it to where he's like, kind of the same eyes as everyone else, it's like, oh, where's that distinction now? Like, I get it, he's bald.
He
but...
doesn't have the whites and he doesn't have a nose.
Dude, what they made Goku say in this game is fucking brutal. You know how he just, you know when Nappa lands on his palm when he does the Kaioken?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Goku just said his fighting days are over. It's like, oh shit, you crippled him. You fucking paralyzed Nappa.
Well, he kind of did.
Didn't he do that in the anime or in the manga too?
Yeah,
did they say that
pretty much what happened. Nappa was incapable of moving, and that's why Vegeta killed him.
I know, but in this it implies that he's done forever. Like, forever.
That's dark.
Wow, that is one dark small.
No, don't get me started on how dark Dragon Ball actually is, especially the Buu Saga. But it's got this really light tone to how it tells its story.
Oh no, you're absolutely right.
Oh
but
yeah, lots of things in Dragon Ball are pretty fucked up.
You watch, especially the Buu Saga. You watch the Buu Saga, and you're like, this is.
The villain turns everybody into chocolate, and they
can't
die.
Me too.
Like, it's played in a comedic fashion, but it's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
He's eating people!
And their souls are gone, too. Like, they're fucking gone. They don't go to Otherworld when they get eaten as chocolate. Ugh,
Yeah.
That's creepy.
And Goten's, like, whole expression after seeing, like, his mom was just eating and all that, it's like,
know.
yikes.
Well, I think the reason that their souls don't move on is because Boo is a demon, and it was established back in the Piccolo Daimo arc. If you're killed by a demon, your soul wanders in this void.
I think it's because they're candy.
No, it's Majin Buu. That means Demon Boo.
Oh no, I know. That's why they call him Jin Boo in the fucking Viz translation.
Yeah, they call him Boo the Jin, and that's not even remotely accurate, because that's a genie.
It's not,
Dijin.
but Jin in English is
I don't know. Viz?
Jin is more like an explicitly evil genie.
Jin. Majin just has a better ring to it, if that makes sense.
Majin, like, you know, of course, that's Ma, the demon, and then Jin is the suffix for, like, a race or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so, JJ, this is gonna sound really fucking random, but bear with me. So, I read a lot of, like, theology just in my spare time. I don't know why, I find it interesting. I don't know if you've ever read the Quran, but demons are called jinns in it. Like,
well, yeah.
Like, in English, when it translates, they call them jinns. So that's kind of.
Well, yeah, but that's translating Arabic.
No, I know that's true, but at the same time, it means basically the same thing. So I get what they meant by it, but Majin just wasn't.
Yeah. Honestly,
they fixed it in the Super manga, but they still call Mr. Satan Hercule.
Oh, and the manga, that always bugs me.
They still call him Hercule. Why? Even the earlier airing of the Super dub before that stopped happening called him Mr. Satan.
Oh yeah, no, they haven't called him Hercule in a while.
No, Hercule with Funimation is dead.
Yeah.
I just want somebody in Super to call him Mark. Just somebody. That's all I want.
Just
I don't
randomly
care
hi,
if
Mark.
I don't care if they don't make a big deal out of it. Someone just says it and he answers to it and nobody bats an eye. I don't care. I just want it.
I hope for the rest of Super they just start calling him Mark and nobody notices. No, except for like one character. I hope like Gohan notices. I hope Gohan notices. He's like, wait, what the fuck? And every time he brings it up or questions it, everybody's like, what are you talking about, Gohan?
His name's always been Mark.
His name has always been Mark. But people were chanting Satan.
You've been saying Mark this entire time. I love how.
It's like that Twilight Zone episode.
It's like the Mandela effect just takes over Dragon Ball.
Man, it's crazy. I mean, I highly doubt Toriyama had the whole his first name is Mark thing from the start.
No, that sounds like something you get in an interview, and as an author, you just kind of make up on the spot.
Yeah, because here's the thing: his daughter is named Videl, which is devil rearranged.
That's
and he was always called Mr. Satan, but I mean it's implied that like Satan is just his given name, and there's a Mr. before it.
I've heard that Mark is a pun on something demon related to. Mark is a pun on that.
Guys, his name
Probably,
is fucking
but
Mark
it sounds like
Satan.
something Toriyama made up on the spot.
Yeah, but there is still a pun to it. I'd have to look it up again. I remember reading it. I forget the pun exactly.
Stop saying KO can and go, holy shit.
Does he still read as King Kai Fist?
Oh yeah, Budokai 1 says King Kai Fist.
Budokai 1 it read as King Kai Fist, even though they said Kaioken.
Yeah. That's so obnoxious. It's like it's right under your nose.
Something.
It's right under your nose, this asshole.
To be honest, I'd rather prefer Kaioken compared to King Kai Fist, because King Kai Fist just sounds so dumb, especially with how he's not even punching right from the back. He transforms. It's like it's a fist. Like what? Like, that doesn't make sense.
They can at least make it consistent.
Thing just comes from the Ken. The Ken doesn't necessarily even mean. I mean, literally, it translates to fist, but it can just mean attack.
Yeah.
You know, it's Kaio's technique, the Kaio Ken.
Ryu Ken just means, like, it means Dragon Fist. It literally means Dragon
No, it's not Ryu Ken, it's Ryu Ken.
Wow.
Ryu would.
I know that because of a Sasuke no Yona. I know Ryu is dragon.
Well, Rai would be lightning.
That guy.
Well, Ryu, I don't think that's even a word.
Ryu? No, maybe.
Ryu, I don't think Ryu is even a word that exists.
Ryu.
Because I know, like,
You're just making me think of Raichu.
Ryu is like lightning, you know. Rai is lightning. That's why there are multiple Pokemon with the name Rai.
Did Yajirobe just call me ugly?
Did he?
Yeah.
Why is he roasting you suddenly? Like,
what does he have against? What does he have against Seth Green? I mean, what is?
Hey!
There's Raiden in Mortal Kombat, which everyone still calls Raiden. Raiden.
It's obviously like spelled out. Like you could have terrible pronunciation, but that's kind of obvious. Even so,
like Raiden, his name literally means lightning. That's his name. His name is Lightning.
I'm going to enjoy taking my
Rai is electricity, basically.
But honestly, at this point, I'm so used to hearing Reeds that I just don't want them to change it.
It's more so just about about getting used to it, because that's the case with Saiyans as well. Like, with how much people got used to calling them Saiyans and how popular DBZ became, like, that changed, you know, there was no point changing it to begin with to Saiyans or whatever. As far as, like, the whole Kaioken, I mean, Kaioken wasn't even all too prominent in Z. I mean, sure, it was there, especially during the Saiyan saga, but aside from that, a little bit in the Frieza saga, there's nothing too much, so it was a little bit of an easier fix. Whereas Saiyans, they refer to it for like the entire series. Not bad. So.
I know. I still just I'm an accuracy whore.
It depends with me. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Like Cal here can attest to that regarding Lord of the Rings name pronunciations.
Yeah, I get so triggered when people mispronounce Tolkien names. I don't know why.
Like if they say like just like Legolas, he hates that.
When people say Legolas, I'm like, his name is not Legolas, it's Legolas.
Yeah, he's that guy with Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you know what Brandon Sanderson did one time?
What?
He told his readers, well, like, because people asked, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce this thing? It's like, well, I wrote it with the intention of it being pronounced like the Latin way of blah, 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 but I don't pronounce it that way, and I don't care how you pronounce it, but that's how I wrote it. It's like, it's easier for me to pronounce it differently than how I wrote it to be pronounced, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of in a Cthulhu situation then, where no one knows how to actually pronounce it the way the way wow, why can't I just forgot his name?
Well, here's the reason it bothers me, right? When it comes to Legolas, it's because first off, Legolas's name is not in common tongue or English; it's in Sindarin, and Tolkien phonetically spells it out in the book.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so like, there's no excuse.
Legolas. When people write it on the internet without it.
Like, even in the movies they get it right. I don't know where Legolas came from.
You know, I've pronounced it Legolas all my life, and now I'm starting to question myself. Like, I'm having a Mandela effect right now.
Alright, Kyrie, leave the server and I don't get it.
No, I'm sorry, I'm a Narnia fan. I'm not that big into Lord of the Rings.
I love Narnia.
I don't know. I couldn't get into Lord of the Rings. I mean, I definitely need to watch it one of these days, or like read it. Like, what would you recommend? Are the movies worth it? Are they inaccurate, or how would you?
They are wonderful film adaptations, and you will definitely get the gist of the book by reading it. By watching
Okay.
it. But I would also highly, highly, highly recommend the books, or the book.
All right.
Actually, always read the source material.
Fun fact, the book that I read that I got on Resonance, right, just talks all about how Tolkien used resonance.
Yeah. Like,
throughout all of his books, because he is a linguistic whore. And so all of his languages date back and connect to older languages in some way. And that's how people are able to pick up on his languages really easily, is because it's in our culture, it's in our brains somehow.
Oh no, I know. If you look at Cinderin, it looks vaguely like English, but like when you hear it pronounced out, you'll like, okay. So you'll see something Elvish, and you'll just be like, okay, that looks like A-B-B-A-A, and it'll be just pronounced entirely differently. It vaguely looks like English letters, but it never sounds like them. Like not even a little bit. My friend and I, my old roommate and I, Shane, we were playing Shadow of War, and you can look at Elder text like in the game, and we're like, what do you think that says? Like right before telling him more, pronounces it, and then we're like, when he pronounces it, we're like, okay, that's definitely not how you say it. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Like, it'll look like it says ABBA, but then he'll just be like, and then we're just like, no, that's not what it says.
No. I don't know. I haven't gotten too indulged into that whole. I mean, I guess I know the basics of the whole. A little bit about the Hobbit, about how the Hobbit was one book, and then they decided to split it up for into three movies for whatever reason.
Money.
Of course. But like, the only other like series that I guess I've read that comes to mind is, I mean, not including Percy Jackson, the Harry. I mean, everyone's read most people have read the Harry Potter series. I really enjoy it. It's a series I'm passionate about. Obviously, I wouldn't be making videos about it because the community for that's kind of dead. And like everyone knows like what it is. They've at least read a good portion of the books or whatever, but it's just like there's nothing else too much to talk about. So, you know,
it's the only book social justice warriors have ever read.
I haven't even seen that movie like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them because I couldn't care, to be honest. Harry's story's over, the story's overall. I don't care about the spin-offs.
I like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Well, really, to be fair, it's not really an accurate title. There's like 1% of the movie actually follows that concept, and it is the best part of the movie. But the rest of it is no. Why is the movie called this?
What is it like mostly over? Is it just like...
they're just trying to track down these three beasts that escaped in New York City. And then go to all this part of the story.
Oh.
Like, that's it. Like, they're not... I expected like them to travel around the world and find fantastic beasts and...
That's the name of Newt Scamander's book. That's why it's called...
Nope, that's not how it goes.
Never fucking mind then. I'm gonna go back and lay down.
What? No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking that's not how the movie goes. Yeah, I know that's the name of her book.
I thought, no, it's Newt Scamander's book. Like, that's...
Yeah, I know, that's the name of the book. And I figured the book would be written as they go around and find fantastic beasts.
Yep.
Okay, well, you know, we don't always get what we want in life.
Best response to everything. I'm just gonna screw.
If there is one thing the American education system taught me, is that people lie to you.
You know, I want to live close to hell. You know, that's not how this works. So, you know, we all want things in life, but we don't get them. You want there to be more involvement in magical beasts in the movie. Well, guess what? Too fucking bad.
You just confront criticism with that always.
You wanted X plot thread in The Last Jedi? Well, too bad.
Life sucks sometimes.
I just imagine
that's actually what I like. Only that's actually what I like about The Last Jedi. It does not do what you expect it to.
All I know is that my mom told my dad, I was in love with Luke when I was 12 years old. Like, my mom, the fangirl gene runs through the family, let's just say that. And she told me the one thing, now mind you, I have spoilers, I'm not going to say them now, but I know what happens. And she told me the one thing that would make her, like, so mad about the new movie is if Luke turns to the dark side, or something similar to that.
No.
I know.
No. that's not even close.
Yeah, honestly, I think Luke, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think the crisis that Luke goes through is entirely understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it fits with his character. There are people that complain about certain actions. It's like, oh, hey, remember in the past when this happened? It's the exact same thing and people love it. I've had Danny tell me, like, it's a completely different situation, and it's totally not.
I still think I still have my own and different opinions about the movie. Actually, I guess similar to, I don't know what your guys' perspectives are, but I thought it was an enjoyable film. I don't want to go too in detail because I know people in this call who haven't seen it, but I'll just be as non-spoilerish as I can. I thought it was a good film, but very messy in a lot of aspects, and a lot of people hated Luke. I thought he was actually one of the strongest parts, along with the whole Rey, Kylo situation. Like, Luke, okay, if a character is the exact same as they once were, there's literally no development.
Yeah.
Just because, like, development isn't always them getting stronger, them getting much more brave. I don't know. It's not exactly like this ideology. Okay, I can't really describe it well, but
not everyone can be a static character.
Yeah, I guess it's a good way to think about it.
There are people complaining that he's not. Like he's freaking old now, and people are complaining that he's acting like an old man, basically.
Yeah, honestly, like, he's grumpy, bro. Like, let him be. And I see where he's. I do liked. Or I can't speak today. I do like. I did like a lot of the. I don't want to spoil it, but I think the flashback sequences, how it was like 3 different perspectives.
Yeah,
that was my favorite. That was
great.
Yeah,
that was. That's the really the whole. Memories are interpretations. How people can. Well, obviously, the whole. I was gonna say how people can remember things different ways. That's not exactly what happened. There's just one person remembered it in a way that's not how it went down.
Right. Exactly.
But that's how he interpreted it. That's what he thought happened.
Yeah.
And I like that.
It blurs the lines between the light and the dark a lot, which I really like. Because it doesn't. The older movies, like as much as I love Star Wars, it made the light just infallible.
Yeah.
And it shows that there are 2 sides to everything.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it was more. It was more like the prequels that defined the whole the light is infallible kind of thing. Yeah. That's what made the Jedi out to be like a bunch of goody goodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we knew before, light side is good guys. That's the Jedi, and then there was the dark side, and they didn't have the name Sith at the time.
Dude, do you know the theories about how Mace Windu is still alive?
Oh, yeah, some people thought that Snoke was Mace Windu.
But honestly, given the fact that Phasma came back, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. If Mace Windu were to survive, I'd be like, okay.
I'm going to laugh if she's still around next year.
I know! She fell into a fucking trash compactor last movie.
Spoil it?
No, it's okay. She plays no major role at all.
No, but still. Like,
the unfortunate thing about Captain Phasma is that the reason there's so much disappointment surrounding her is the marketing, not Force Awakens or The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, because she's sold, like, she has pop figures and shit. It's like, why?
She was touted as if she would be some major character, but in The Force Awakens she was really just a way to get the shields down.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she was there early in the movie, kind of. So we knew she's the leader of the Stormtroopers, and we know why she knows Finn. And then there's just the thing at the end where Finn kind of gets his revenge on her, and that was it. Like, if she hadn't had so much build-up before the release, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
That's why I can't fault the movie for it, because it's not a fault of the movie, it's a fault of the advertising.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
But still,
The more I hear you guys talk
why
about
would
the
you hype her
Jedi
up like
movie,
that if
the
she's just
more I
going to
fear that
be
you guys are
useless?
gonna say a spoiler on it.
I won't spoil.
I mean,
it.
Cal already.
It's just Phasma, dude. Who cares?
But still.
Just Phasma.
I don't know. Nah, but
I'm going to laugh so hard if she comes back. I was saying before this movie, like if Phasma comes back and she's actually useless again, I'm going to laugh, and I did. She just fell into that pit. I was laughing.
nah. But what's it?
It was like, oh wow, she actually knocked Finn down, and then Finn just comes up. Hey, it's so stupid and anticlimactic, but I was laughing so hard.
When she came back, I was like, you gotta be fucking joking. It's like, how? By this logic, Darth Maul should still be alive.
Well, we never saw her get thrown into the trash compactor.
I know, but in the, well, no, here's the thing, right? In the actual movie, it's implied that she just falls off of a very, 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 very deep ledge. But the thing is, they have these novels for The Force Awakens that expand upon it, and the novel says that she fell into a trash compactor. So if anything, the novel is the one that tells you that she got resurrected, but also makes her death more brutal and implausible to survive. So like, what the fuck?
Well, she said she went into the trash compactor. It doesn't say she died.
No, I know, but she fell into a trash compactor. Like.
And Rian Johnson also wrote the script for The Last Jedi before even seeing the final cut of The Force Awakens, which I think is kind of sketchy.
Yeah, that's.
Why would Disney let him do that?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably, like, I've no doubt that he wasn't trying to write that as like a comeback for Phasma. He wasn't trying to be like, hey guys, you remember how disappointed you were last movie? Because then he would have actually had something useful for her to do.
His efforts to recover the Dragon Balls.
But even then, at this point, why bring her back? If that was just her role in The Force Awakens to be something that moved the plot along, why have her come back when she's just going to get Boba Fetted?
Huge power levels all over the place. Time to see if all that
I do want her to come back though. I want it to be like the extended universe where Boba Fett actually climbed out of the Sarlacc.
And Krillin's in trouble too.
Like she somehow
He
survived.
gets shit out. He's like, oh my god, I'm alive.
Not only does she survive that fall into like the fire and the explosion, but she escaped the ship somehow.
Darth Vader floating in space
That
gets
would be so
resurrected.
amazing. It was, oh goodness, I would be just smiling so hard.
Yeah. Oh my
It's
god.
just like, she came back again, are you serious? And it'd be like, and then, oh man, if they actually just went the whole meta route and once again made her completely useless. It's just like her entire existence is to be anticlimactic.
Oh my god.
That would be
Honestly,
amazing.
Yeah. She just becomes a running gag.
I couldn't even be mad at that point. I would just be like, that's I love it.
Hilarious.
What kind of stuff are you looking for?
It's like, well, people were disappointed because of the advertising, so let's just run with that.
So feel free to take a look around.
Gauge completely recovers. What? Gamble? Hell no, I ain't about that life.
Oh my.
Oh my. Let's make lunch so cute.
Yeah, I think the people who are complaining about Luke really are just deifying him, which the movie was like. The entire purpose of the movie was to nullify that.
Yeah.
It was very much a never meet your hero story.
Uh-huh.
Like, he talks about, and I became a legend. Like, yeah, he's been deified. And not just in the canon of the universe, but out in the real world. And people forget, like, he was always impulsive. Like, he went to confront Vader because he saw the vision of Han, and that's what Vader and the Emperor wanted him to see, so they could trick him, and like so he could be frozen in carbonite and taken to the Emperor, and then maybe get turned. And so he foolishly took the bait. Like, people don't get mad at that, and then people don't get mad when Yoda doesn't do anything there, and yet people get mad when Luke wants to stay on the island, but then he actually does something at the end. And then they'll complain about where he just for a brief moment considered killing Ben because he saw that he'd already fallen to the dark side. When he outright did try to kill Vader in Return of the Jedi, when he'd gone there to redeem him. Like, you people are just being complete hypocrites.
I know two people that I follow. Like, I'm not into this Star Wars that deep, right? And I thank goodness that I'm in, because I'm not, because I can't deal with two major discourse about my main character going on at the same time. I can't deal with that, so I'm just like, I am not going to let myself get involved in Star Wars anymore. Like, I'm not going to let it happen. But
Star Wars is so good.
I know, I enjoy it. But I have two people that my sister follows on Tumblr who are constantly ranting about the new generation, right? Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And they kept referencing how Mark Hamill was like, I didn't know this is how you viewed the character, or how Mark Hamill was apparently against the ideas that whoever was giving him about Luke in this newest movie.
Yeah.
And then recently he came out with a news statement saying, at first I was really concerned and confused about it, but then after seeing the whole thing, I'm like, yeah, you know what? No, that works. And my sister and I are just like, oh, that probably burns those two people.
They're at the same time, you know, people are saying Disney probably made him say that, and that is a possibility.
But I doubt it. Mark Hamill doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd fold over.
But I don't know. That's there's an interesting theory that he didn't know before he saw the movie that Luke dies.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That he became one with the Force.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Did
she says she knows the spoilers.
I don't!
I didn't know that one.
Oh wow, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were here, Goten. I thought you left.
Motherfucker.
Okay, he doesn't die. Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, no, okay, no, he technically doesn't die. He's right.
He doesn't die.
No.
I'm so mad.
I thought Goten left. I'm sorry.
I am.
But it's that he didn't know like the fate of his character.
Yeah.
Because before the premiere, he was like super excited, and then after he just looked in complete shock. Like he was just completely disinterested, and in the interview after the movie, he was just. So I think he was kind of mad.
Yeah.
Because he probably didn't know.
A dragon radar.
And this is why I'm scared to be around people when they're talking about a movie I want to see.
Well, again, I thought you had left, but it was someone else that left.
MJ's the one that left. Alright, I guess I have to fight the Ginyu Force now.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were talking about Captain Phasma, and she wasn't saying anything, so I thought she wasn't.
No, she did
I
say
was
something
talking
about Phasma.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and I thought you left, and you didn't say anything as I kept talking.
Because I had reason to believe and trust that you guys. Spoiler!
I'm so sorry, Goat.
It doesn't sound like it, but I'm so genuinely angry.
I'm sorry. I would not intentionally spoil the movie for you.
sad though.
I remember being so mad that someone. I was assuming you've seen The Force Awakens.
Yes.
I was mad when I saw an image that spoiled Han's death.
Yeah, I was deeply sad.
I was like, okay, please be a troll spoiler. Don't let that be real. Not because I didn't like the idea. I was just like, please, I don't want to know that going in. And yeah, and then it happened.
People suck.
Yeah, they'll just post things completely unrelated. They'll just go to places and just post spoilers. It's really obnoxious. That's a bit gay.
Has the most ridiculous game.
Can't believe you're already on Namek after you were having so much trouble fighting Raditz.
I know. And I just destroyed Raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goku.
But then again, I guess that makes sense because, well, he had trouble against Raditz in the canon, and he totally just owned Raccoon in later on, and he just elbowed him.
Yeah. I love Goku's smugness when that happens. Sorry, but you guys leave yourself wide open a lot. You know damn well it was the Goku side of Vegito that punched Zamasu in the face. Sorry, but you were way open there. He's just going off on a tangent, is greeted with a fist on the face.
And then he looks up. Sorry, you were wide open there, buddy. Like, Sa Kami-sama.
Oh my god. Quit your
I love. Yeah, I love Zamasu's tangents. He just goes on for minutes at a time talking about mortals.
I know, but then
and no one cares.
As the arc goes on, they just make fun of him for it. Like when
they
he goes
just
off
stop caring. Like
he goes off.
Goku and Vegeta were trying to decide who would fight who, and Black points out, I don't think they're listening to you.
Dude, Goku and Vegeta's bicker in the middle of his monologue.
Yes, I don't care if no one's listening. I just want. Wait.
I know I'm the shit.
Something like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically he just liked hearing himself talk.
He's like, they wouldn't understand anyway. It's like, okay, Zamasu. Totally.
Oh yeah, he said, I don't care if no one's listening, I'm being self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Well, he's honest about it.
Yeah. You know, you're really full of shit. Yeah.
Alright, so when you're landing on the ground, is that an automatic get-up or is that a manual input?
It's a manual input.
Yeah, so it's a tech, okay. Because I know pretty much every fighting game ever has that.
Yeah. You have to time it precisely. Okay, what the fuck? Why is this timing so much?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty precise input. Even in Smash, well, in Melee, it's pretty easy. There's a huge window for it. But in the other Smash games, it's pretty tight.
Yeah. Oh, in this game it's super tight though. Like you have to. Actually, you know what game? I think out of all the Dragon Ball games, the one that has the tightest ground recovery is Xenoverse 2. Like you just won't do it straight up if you're not on the exact frame. You'll just hit the floor. Damn it! I already beat it.
Yeah, in Melee, you can buffer attack before you even hit, which is weird with how tight inputs are otherwise. Because there's no buffering in that game for anything else. Well, I mean, you can buffer attack roll, but like for attacks, there's no buffering. You have to be frame perfect. Whereas, you know, buffering is pretty standard in fighting games. because it's pretty much needed to be frame perfect 100% of the time.
Yeah. What the fuck, Cyberman? Stop it!
Buffering in general is just a good thing because it can allow you to do some more complex inputs that otherwise wouldn't be possible. Jesus, I just keep... That was the first thing he did!
That was relentless.
It's just the first thing he did was explode on you.
He just did not feel like living.
It's just like, no, I'm done. Peace. Out.
Like, this guy knows that Kyle can.
I just need to do some damage to him for my brothers.
Fuck. If this one does it, I'm dead. Double KO? I didn't even know that was in this game. Wait, what?
Huh.
A double KO gets you a loss?
Really?
Fuck that, I'm not continuing it. I already beat that mission.
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, I guess it is your story. L is an L. This game is
yeah, because because you still got KO'd, so.
Yeah, guys, I keep finding Dragon Balls delayed.
But it's interesting. It makes me think, like in Pokemon, if there's a double KO, if one of the Pokemon uses a move like self-destruct, the loser is the one that used the move.
Yeah.
Well, we can see in a tournament match, the Cyberman would definitely be the loser. Oh, they were calling him Guru in this.
Oh, Sean Schimmel's free Kai male voice. It's pretty weird.
Oh yeah, he completely changed it. He said he wanted to make it sound as if he could potentially be related to Piccolo.
Yeah.
With Kai.
So you're Goku. I've seen you in the Please.
He does sound a lot cooler.
I will do what I can.
Wow, I feel strong.
Plus, he's a warrior in Namekian, so. I think that's really cool how Namekians have like castes.
Why did they call him Guru in the dog? Like, thankfully they fixed that in Kai. They just call him the Grand Elder. Yeah, one interesting thing, you know, in the manga, all Namekians have the same color scheme regarding their, not just with the green skin, the little bumps. Like how most of them are yellow, but then you have Piccolo Jr., his are purple, and so are Nails.
Yeah.
The anime, I guess, pretty much makes it to where the warrior class has the purple tone. Yeah. I guess that's what's implied, though in the manga it's always yellow. I think that's an interesting distinction. I'm wondering why the anime ever made Piccolo Jr.'s purple to begin with.
There are a lot of interesting, just subtle differences between the two that they just throw in the anime.
Color differences are very common.
Yeah.
Because the manga was black and white and they didn't have a palette. You know, the most infamous being Vegeta.
Sometimes I wonder how much of Dragon Ball works just out of pure coincidence. Like, or just on the fly thinking from Toriyama. Like, Cell's 3 forms, I like that way more than Cell just having one form, like he was originally supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it gives him a goal, like he's out to achieve perfection. That separates him from the other villains. He's not, he doesn't have some sort of ultimate goal outside of that. It's not like he wants world domination or he's out for revenge or anything. He just wants to get stronger. That's it. And I love it. The simplicity is what makes that fun.
What the hell?
In Kai, where Like a plan? Who said anything about a plan? I just want to get stronger so I can become stronger. Yeah, I love Damon Clark's Cell so much.
I mean,
Of course. That he actually has the different voices for each form.
Yeah, and they all sound distinct, and he's the only one that can really do that. Like, I've heard people give good impressions of Imperfect Cell, but they don't quite get it. Because
Yeah, that one's really, really difficult.
Because it's not just because like when he talks, he's sometimes it's these low tones that aren't quite so gruff. Like,
yeah, no, it's so creepy.
I know.
And Wakamoto, of course, Wakamoto is a legend. His cell is fantastic.
Makes him sound like a sinister which I love.
I mean, they're both great in their own ways. I love Wakamoto's performance.
Oh,
It's just, I love how Damon managed to make Cell his own.
Yeah, I give up, dude.
But even then, still remain true to his character. And then the perfect form, the final form, still sounding not unlike Wakamoto.
Yeah. All right.
It's definitely much closer than the previous two forms.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end the stream here. It was a good run. I'm up against Captain Ginyu now. I think part 2 will probably be tomorrow. Starting off, I think going saga by saga probably makes more sense.
Hopefully no Star Wars spoilers.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'm sorry!
Alright, well, thanks to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully we'll all be around at that time. I'll give you guys all a heads up.
Hopefully Goten doesn't kill me in her sleep.
No, she will.
Sleep.
No, she will. Alright. Peace, guys.